Here we have a map of the site for today's video, and as you can see it covers quite a large area, the static displays and the hangars. It's one of those sites that take your time in looking round. You can scan the barcode there and you can bring things up on your phone, a map. This is where we are now. That's a small hangar, and that's the T2 hangar, and that's where their Halifax bomber is. Right, here we are today. Today's video is Yorkshire Air Museum at Elvington. It's a place that I like to go with my family, and believe it or not, I'm here today with my two grandsons. They want to do a bit of vlogging. We'll see how it goes. It's a good set of displays here. There's plenty of huts to do, there's plenty of things to see for the kids. If you look round, Jack, the famous Jack, always out wide, is laughing. He's not used to this vlogging, but as you can see from the background, there's plenty of aircraft. And here we have a monster of an aircraft. It's the Hanley Page Victor, and it's we use Britain's nuclear deterrent. It's quite a large aircraft. I have been in the actual Vulcan bomber, which is up at Carlisle Airport, an air museum up there. That's a Mirage, French Mirage. And this big one, they seem to have units to them that they keep them, or they can keep them live. I don't know whether they run them. This is the Nimrod. Maritime reconnaissance. Awesome looking aircraft. This is my young grandson Max, who's vlogging, and you will see some of his video. And there's Jack hiding in the wings. And he's the one responsible for the engines that were built. There you go. You can smile if you want, Jack. And as you can see, it covers quite a large area. Those are the huts, and you can go in them. A lot of them you can go in. They're doing that with the scaffolding around. Is a conning tower, I believe, and they are refurbing it. So, but there's, as you can see, there's plenty of aircraft, plenty of things to do. There's a big hangar down there. I have been in it before, but if you look at that for a view, a lot of time, hard work and money's been spent on this museum. It's a bit like, we're going to go, I believe, to Eden Camp, but we shall see whether we make it there. But this is, to me, it's a heritage site, and it needs keeping, it needs supporting by people. It needs the public to come. It needs your support. And a lot of it's volunteer, a lot of it volunteer work. There's a hell of a lot of work here. That's a Buccaneer. And we all know what this one is. This is the Dakota, and famous for taking the paratroopers over to Normandy during D-Day landings. Awful lot of these were made, but not a lot survived.
A really big aircraft, go inside.
very rare. What a sight! To think that this was all loaded up with paratroopers on the night of D-Day, 6th of June, or rather 5th of June. They set off and then through the night they flew. We're walking in it today and it's empty. There's nobody firing at us, and we're not going to be jumping out of that door neither. For those brave lads that flew in this aircraft, on many like them, on D-Day. They're the famous markings for the D-Day. Black and white checkered. A lot of them were painted on hastily with mops and buckets. This is the Halifax, and this is inside one of the largest hangars they have on the site. This is a sneak preview inside the Halifax bomber. You don't realise the size of this aircraft and just how much space it needs. And then there's also the other aircraft that's virtually tucked. You could get underneath its wings. This is a Messerschmitt 109. It's a replica, as it says on the sign.
Okay, no.
The famous Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, and you can actually touch it, and where can you do that? This is the Harrier vertical takeoff jet and the munitions that it can carry, the Sidewinder missile and a cluster munition, which you'll see shortly. There's the ejection seat. I mean, it's the first one I've been next to or even seen. I've been to other air museums, but they've never had a actual Harrier vertical takeoff jet in. Sidewinder missile you've just looked at, and here is the cluster munitions. This is the English Electric Lightning, the F6. when you consider what aircraft are on show at this museum, it's really fantastic. It's a good day out. This is one of the cockpits that you can get into. Max and Jack, my grandsons, are already in that one. This is a Martin Baker ejection seat. The aircraft in the background is the Tucano, and it's famous for, if you remember, the airport at Goose Green during the Falklands War. The British captured a number of those. This is the rear end of a Jaguar GR1, and if you notice surrounding it, there's munitions, and I believe this is what the Jaguar could carry. It's quite interesting, and the beauty about this hangar, this T2 hangar I think it is, the barriers are not fencing. The barriers that are laid out on the floor, and everybody respects that. I haven't seen anybody crossing over that barrier, and you can pay to have a personal tour of this aircraft in the cockpit and the Halifax as well. And here we have a cutaway of a glider that's towed by a larger aircraft, and it also shows the hardware or the equipment that it can carry inside. A small 75mm howitzer. This hangar is named the Canadian Memorial Hangar that we've just been in. Here we have a collection of large bombs. The tall one is they call it the Tall Boy 12,000 pound bomb, and it was used by the RAF on the 12th of November 1944 to sink the battleship Tirpitz. It was 32 Lancasters, and it was number 9 and number 617, the famous Dambuster squadrons, that actually sank it. And this is the big daddy of all the bombs, the Grand Slam 22,000 pound bomb. There it is. This is a Hawker Hurricane night fighter. It's a replica, and what a fantastic piece of engineering. They've brought this back to life. This hut contains a lot of information to what happened at the site, how it was formed, everything about the site. It is worth going in here and spending a little bit of time reading.
Another milestone in British aircraft production is reached when Lord and Lady Halifax visit an aircraft factory to christen a giant hand-decayed Halifax heavy bomber.
I thank you very much for allowing us to have a part in your ceremony, and I feel that I only obstruct proceedings where I stand longer between Lady Halifax and the bottle of champagne.
I wish. The French room. As you can tell by the music played. We've got the thing over here if you want to pause it and have a look.
This is just a shot from the huts that we've just been in, and just showing you overall expanse of the place. And the video doesn't do it justice really, that the amount of information that is here for you to read and view. There's also a child's playground to keep them happy as well. It is a fantastic place. This is the Avro Shackleton, and it's work in progress. What it's going to be like when it's finished, it's going to be rather stunning. We found this at the end of the Woodland Walk, and it's at the back to the right hand side bottom corner of the big T2 hangar. So you go back in there from the Woodland Walk, it just gives you a break. We're back in the large T2 hangar now, and we actually missed these on the first time round, but as you can see there's still plenty. It's to the right hand side, and the bottom corner is where the Shackleton is. This part has helicopters and other aircraft. That's a Meteor you just looked at. As you can see, there's some helicopters up here, ones I've never seen before. There's my grandson Max, the Dragonfly. And here's the Skeeter. Very strange helicopters. But there you go. He had one of these. Microlight, innit? Oh. Gyroplane. I don't know how they got me in this cockpit, but getting out's the problem. This is where they've just had me. And I can honestly say it weren't easy getting in with a false knee. But I got in and I got out. They're just loving it though. And I hope that's disconnected. We're going back outside now, and we're going down the road where the static displays are. There's quite a number to choose from. Sometimes there's a gentleman stood in front of some of the aircraft explaining what the Tornado. A lot of these people will recognise. They do regular talks on some of the aircrafts on the static shows. It's another Tornado. Buccaneer. And there's a gentleman that's normally here that gives a very good talk on this aircraft. It's worth listening to. Another Buccaneer. As regards aircraft at this actual museum, I think you've a hell of a display really of various aircraft. Now this is the famous Dam Buster's bouncing bomb, and you can see the pulley that rotates it before it's dropped. Fire truck, airport fire truck, and this is a French Mirage. I didn't realise they were so big. And a Fairy Gannet, which is an unusual aircraft. Early warning aircraft again. And Silver Star Lockheed. Are we walking across grass, boys?
Yeah.
Terrible twins here. They've finished the vlogging. Max and Jack. We'll see what the outcome is when I edit it all. Yep. It might all go in bin, but I very much doubt it. I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. Just the last few more huts to go in. Nice little play park here for the children. Keeps them active a little bit. This is the camp chapel, and it's where the airmen, aircrew and members of the public now will come to pay their respects to the fallen. They will hold annual Amnesty Day and various other commemorative events. Very peaceful and solemn. Well, that's it for the video. A really well laid out museum. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of displays, and you can actually get in some of the cockpits and some of the aircraft. I think it's a good museum to support. Your tickets last for 12 months. Children from 4 to 17 are £7. That's if you pay online. It's £8 if you come on the door, and it's £18 on the door. You save £1 each time for an adult. Well worth the money. We've spent a good 4 hours here so far, and we've probably finished it looking at all the items that we want. My highlight of my visit today was the Dakota, which you will see in the video. The lads Max and Jack have taken some video, and I'll be putting that together, and it's something that they can keep as well to remember as a day visit to Yorkshire Air Museum at Elvington. And please come along to this museum, support it. A lot of it's volunteers, and as I always say, you can't beats supporting your volunteers that are working on these to keep these historic aircraft and other items of memorabilia. There are other shows on throughout the year. Well, that's it for this video from Max and Jack, who's elusive in the background. Don't forget, like and subscribe, don't cost anything, it does help my channel, and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget notification. Wait for this video coming out. I have some more in the pipeline. This is my first actual vlog and I was pressurised into doing it by Max and Jack, but nevertheless it's done, completed, and we'll see what it comes out like. So until the next video, you be safe, you be careful, and bye for now. Bye.